My name is Basa. I'm the CEO of a newly listed company called Coniagas Battery Metals. The symbol is COS on a TSXV venture exchange.
Frank is here. Welcome to sunny Quebec.
Good
conference, right?
Yeah, it's the first one we've done, and I tell you, I'll come back again.
Yeah. And so lots of it kind of feels like the mood's changed. There's lots of people inquiring, looking at what's investable. You're the new story, the new kid on the block in some ways. What is this new venture of yours, Coniagas?
In Coniagas, actually, what we've done is we decided the markets were down, so we thought normally just what we do for our investors, when the markets are down, we spin out one of our assets. We usually create or acquire assets, put in one of our other companies. So the timing was right, so the asset came up in a new shell early this year. And it's in an area where, people are having great success. So, I don't know if you people have been following Power Nickel or I think the other one was SR. Yeah, they're doing quite well. And when you look at it, we did about 17,000 meters of drilling, spent about $6 million. And we just kind of looked, so to speak. And, the people who gave us the property came back with this crazy resource. It's not a 4311 compliant resource, but, they said, you got about 30 to 60 million tons of copper nickel at very high grades. And so I said, okay, let's do this. So, we kind of put a very tight structure out. So our shareholders of the previous company are getting about almost 12 million shares distributed over 3 years with a warrant, half a warrant. And then, of course, the company itself, Nord, is getting the same amount of shares. And we did a very small private placement to get listed. We did about $850,000 at 25 cents. So it's a very little paper. We have about 30 million shares out there, but in reality, only 5.2 are available to trade. A lot of the other ones are in escrow. So tightly held, so anybody can move my market up and down with $1,000 or $2,000. So what we're trying to do is set up a very large drill program. We have some very nice targets. Our current targets are, we're trying to go to this deep zone. Property's called Graal. It's actually the Grail. It's shaped like a I guess, martini glass. And I think we might get some pretty good results. Like some of our results we've been getting is like 30 meters of 2.6 copper, copper equivalent. So I think the potential is massive there. We're in the area where a lot of other people have had very good success, and I think we might be able to do the same.
Okay, so we're after nickel, copper, a little bit of cobalt.
There's a little bit of cobalt and platinum group elements, but I think the main elements, is going to be copper, nickel.
Right, so thematically, good timing. Talk to me, obviously, you've done some previous drilling and you kind of spun this out and you've raised a little bit of money. What's the plan as far as moving the company forward, getting after this thing?
I think what we'll do is once we're going to start drilling, we'd like to stay there. Normally what we do is when we show up, we keep drilling. Last time we did that with a company in Ontario, we did 60,000 meters. And one in Quebec, we did 90,000 meters. I think there's a lot of room to drill there. Targets are very, very good. So I think sometime within the next 2 to 3 months, we'll be announcing a very large program. We'll try to expand our resource, develop a resource, but try to expand. The strike length right now is one of the targets, there's 4 there, is about 6 kilometers. I don't think we found the end of it, but the real value is this target. If they go to our PowerPoint presentation, you'll see this target that we're trying to hit. And we might get widths of probably 100 meters versus the 30 meters we're getting now.
Okay. So let's want to be clear because there's a lot going on there. You're getting money for drilling, right?
Yeah.
How much you've got today and how much do you need to raise?
I think we're going to go for a bit of a raise. We want to get the quality drillers. There's a lot of drillers are out there. A lot of the quality drillers won't show for 3,000 meters.
Yeah.
So that's why we bring in the quality guys. We have no problems with these people. We've used them in the past, but they're used to let's do like 60,000 meters or let's do 90,000 meters, which I think that property deserves. So they'll come in. You'll have steady flow, and we've been pretty good at this. So we drill, we talk, and usually we do about a 10 to 30-fold increase in share price. So I think the market is right. A lot of people in our area are getting very, very good results and gotten very good, increase in market cap. When you look at us, we have a market cap of about $3.5 million. Our next door neighbor has a market cap of $116 million.
Tesla?
Power Nickel.
Oh, you're Power Nickel, right next door. Okay.
Power Nickel did a wonderful job. You know.
Yeah, they're getting the grades for sure, and they've seen a recent surge of interest, so we call it. So right, you're going to need to raise some money in, but you want to get after a big program.
Yeah.
With regards to current corporate structure, so obviously your shareholders have got what, 12 million, they said.
Well, it's 11.7 million, but we can't give it.
11.7.
Yeah, we can't give it to them in one amount. The exchange won't let us do that. So we were allowed to give them 5.2 million. They're free trading.
Right.
So they got it. So those are the only free trading shares out there, even though there might be 30 million. The company itself, Nord, has also the same amount, like 11.7 million, but they're escrowed. We're only allowed a percentage every year over 3 years. Eh?
Okay.
So, you know, we're pretty good at driving this thing, pretty tightly held. I think it's too tightly held, and I think a lot of people are trying to get in. You know, we already had 2 run-ups, and people trying to buy 100,000 plus shares, and they took it up to 20 cents. And they did the same thing on last Friday. They drove it up to 17 cents, kind of. So, you know, people should get in there if they can. You know, be patient. And the people, it'll come out, but there's not very much paper. So I think with this private placement, it'll put more paper out there. Will kind of stabilize these massive swings. And then, of course, the results. If the results are good, the market will move.
So, and the management team is the same?
Same amount.
Same guys. Okay. Okay, interesting. So, and with regards to, obviously, you know, nickel market, copper market, everyone's super excited, and high grades are great for headlines, etc. But in terms of, you said there's been a study done, but it's not 43-101 compliant. Tell me about that.
Yeah, what happened was there was a lot of work done on the properties, so it was kind of challenging. We had to put a lot of these properties together.
Yeah,
and we were successful in putting it together. And then, you know, one of the people says, you know, Frank, right now, from the little drilling that's been done, you might have 30 to 60 million tons, you know, and they gave us these copper grades and nickel grades, quite significant. So I thought, okay, we're good. It's not 43-101 compliant. We did have 43-101, you know, report to get this thing listed. But, you know, we'll try to do if the drill program, if we can start drilling right away, more than likely first quarter next year, will be our first resource. We're hoping to get into the deep zone. That might give us some pretty crazy, you know, if you go to our website, you'll notice there's boxes and boxes of massive sulfides. So we might end up having more than that 30 meters or 34 meters.
Okay.
So it could be quite a high grade. There's one zone that's exceptionally high grade where they got 10% nickel, actually. But, you know, we don't know. That could be just what we call a one-hole wonder. And we have to go back inside and have another look if there's anything that can keep that going. Basically, we have 4 targets. We only focused on one. We did do a few holes in the other 3 targets. But it's a big area. It's not a small program.
Okay. And with regards to with the team's allocation of time and so forth, you feel that you're so comfortable with where you're at with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we're pretty lean. I don't know how well you know our company structures. We don't have an office. So our field people are field people. They really are in the field. It's kind of very elemental, very small group, very tightly knit. We've run multiple projects before, and we're able to do it. Eh? But it's people we've worked with sometimes over 20, 30 years, and they're results oriented. The way the company is structured, you get a monthly salary, but how you make money is in your options. We grant a lot of options, you know, and people notice that we're pretty generous with our options, but that's what drives our people. Like, we don't have this very complex structure. In other words, you know, you're there because you're good at what you do, and they do it, you know. So structure worked like that in the past. We like to maintain it. We can't justify an office because the reality is we're exploration, and all the money goes in the ground, you know.
Okay. I think we'll leave it there. It's a case of awareness. You've let us know it exists.
Yeah.
Now you got to get after it. We'll be watching closely to see how you get on.
Yeah.
And look forward to, you know, when you do this race, you can actually get after it properly.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.